don't want to be told that I look like a whole different person on Instagram, and then in person it's like, who is she?
Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So in today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, I am going to be showing you all how I edit my photos. I always get asked all the time how I edit my photos that I post on Instagram or all my social media. And yeah, today I decided to share some tips and show you all how I do it. I recently took some photos, so by the time you watch this video, obviously you already saw them. If you haven't, my Instagram is Tamerachanel. Check me out. So I'm gonna edit one of those, and then I'm also gonna show you how I edit my outdoor photos. But yeah, before we get started with today's video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, join the family. Don't forget to hit the notification bell button. That way you are notified every single time I upload a new video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first app that we're going to use is Facetune, and here's the photo. Alrighty, so love this photo. It's a nice photo, but it just needs to be enhanced. It's just not giving the way I want it to give. So I'm gonna start off with the left eye, and what I like to start off doing is focusing on the makeup. So I'm going to enhance the eyeliner. So by doing so, I'm going to choose the paint button. Then I'm gonna go to paint. Since my eyeliner is black, I'm going to use the black color. And then all I'm going to do is start off at the end of the wing and then bring it up my eye. So basically I'm like drawing the eyeliner, but I'm enhancing what is already there. Just like that. Click the check button. I'm going to zoom out just so you can see the before and after. So before, after. Very subtle. It just enhanced it a lot more. So now I'm going to also, because I have eyeliner at the bottom of my eye as well, I'm going to try and carefully do the same thing. But if not, that's okay. Let's see. It's easier when you have a pen, but I don't have my pen with me. Oop, there we go. It did it. Okay. Scroll out. Boom. You can already see how enhanced it is. Now we're going to whiten my eye because my eye is just a little red, and I already explained why my eyes get red. It's because when I do my makeup, it just, any type of irritation around my eye tends to get red. So I'm gonna whiten it, and by doing so, I'm gonna go to the retouch button, whiten. Normally you use this button for your teeth, but we're gonna use it for my eye because that's what I like to do. So I don't want to do it too much because sometimes you can look like your eye can look too white and then you look fake. We don't want that. So I'm gonna check button, zoom out, make sure it's not too white. That's perfect. Zoom back in. I'm gonna do the same thing to the inner corner a little bit. Yep, everything looks really good. So if you can compare the eyes, you can see like this eye is much more enhanced, much more awake. This eye is like, help me. So one last thing that I like to do is I like to detail my eye. So I'm going to detail my eyeshadow first, and detailing it is just enhancing it. So I'm going to press the detail button. I'm just going to put my finger and wipe it on my eyeshadow like that. So before, after. Very subtle, but it makes a difference. Zoom out, boom, you can see my eyeshadow a lot more. My eyeshadow's popping more. So now we're gonna do the same thing to my little eye color, okay? Because I don't know, but I love it when in photography photos, people who have colored eyes, like green, hazel, light brown, when they like detail their eyes, it looks so cool. It gives it that marble effect. Zoom out, boom. Do you see a difference? Do you see it? So before, after. You can tell between the two eyes, you can kind of tell. But it's very subtle, but it makes a difference, I promise. That eye is done, so we're gonna move on to the other eye and do the same exact thing. This one might be a little bit harder just because of the way my face is angled. I'm kind of tilted to the side a little bit. So I'm going to start off with my eyeliner again. We love that. All right, so the eyes are done. So now it's time to fix the face up a little bit. I don't do a lot to my face because again, I want to still look like myself. So I'm just gonna smooth out some bumps using the smoothing tool. And how I got there was I hit the retouch button and hit the smooth button right next to the whiten button. Just rub our finger on our forehead, kind of smooth it out. You don't want to over smooth your face. Tip number one, that's like the biggest tip. Do not over smooth your face because you can look fake if you over smooth. You still want to have texture on your face because our face, we have texture. So we want to make sure that you're not too smooth to where you're looking fake, but you want to have texture so that, you look real, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get in here because for some reason, like around like this area in photos, it just looks awkward. So I'm gonna smooth that out. Then on my nose area here, I have bumps. I always gotta smooth this out. Yep. Oh, above my brow. I'm gonna matte that actually. So I'm gonna go to retouch, swirl over to matte, and then I'm just gonna wipe the top part of my brow like that. There we go. So now we're looking good. That's all for Facetune 2. And I'm gonna go up to the top button here where the arrow is, and I'm going to save this. Then we're gonna go to the VSCO app, and I'm going to add the last photo that I have, which is this one, and that's the one that we just edited. So I'm gonna hit the edit button, boom. So what's really cool about VSCO is as soon as you go into the app, it'll give you options like your favorites, recents, and then also give you options for this photo. For this photo, it gives you different filters that VSCO thinks will go good with your photo. None of these are the ones that I use. So I like to stick to one filter when it comes to my white backdrop because I want my white backdrop photos, like my photography photos, to look cohesive. I don't want the filter to kind of change. That's just me personally, especially when I post on my Instagram. So I always stick to one particular filter, which is, I'll go to my recents, which is SS1. So it's this one right here. What's really cool about SS1 is at its highest level, it already looks good. So anytime I'm trying to figure out what filter to use, I kind of like to just click through to see what looks good. Like this one, C9 looks pretty good at its highest level, but it's changing the color of my background. I don't like that. It's giving off like that blue effect. I don't want that. SS1 still keeps my white backdrop. It has my melanin showing and all that, so I like to stick to that one. But yeah, anytime you're choosing filters, just click through to see what looks good. Like SS3 looks good if I'm trying to go for that darker look. L6 and L5. I used to use L6 and L5 a lot. I normally use those filters for outdoor photos because it has that greenery effect. And so when I'm outside with the trees, it really enhances that background. But SS1 is perfect for me. The highest level is 12. I bring that all the way down to between 3.5 and 4.0. So I think for this one, 3.8 is good. Maybe 4.0. We'll see. Let's keep it at 4.0 right now. And then I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna go to the saturation button because I need my melanin back. So we're gonna go to saturation. I'm gonna bring it up to 0.6. Let's see, 0.8. 0.7. 0.7 is good. I'm gonna go to sharpen. The sharpen tool just makes the photo more clear. This is what it looks like at the highest level. That looks very cartoony. So we're gonna bring that down to 1.5. I never go past 1.5. And then I'm gonna go to the grain. And we're gonna bring that to 0.5. The grain is really, it gives you that photography kind of look, because at the highest level, that's kind of how photography photos look. But 0.6 really doesn't make a difference. I just add it just because that's just me. You don't gotta do that. Depending on the lighting, exposure is really cool. I like to bring it down or I bring it up, but this is pretty. I like the lighting here, so I'm not gonna touch that. Okay, so I like to look at the photo, make sure I'm not like missing anything. Everything looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna go back to the sharpen button. I'm just gonna screenshot. To save the photo, I just screenshot it. Now, I didn't buy VSCO just because I was able to find the filters that I like without having to buy VSCO, and I just screenshot the photo and that's how I keep it, and it doesn't change the quality of it at all. That's the tea. But if you buy VSCO, that's okay, but I'm just letting you know you don't have to buy VSCO. I don't have to buy it because it gives me the same effect. But of course, if you do buy VSCO, you have more filter options, but I like the ones that I have, so I just stick to those. So yep, I screenshot it, then I'm gonna go to my photos and I'm just gonna crop it. There you have it. There is the photo. This is before, this is after. Still the same exact photo, literally. It's just that the one that we just edited is more enhanced. I still look like me. I did not change my face. I didn't alter anything. Everything is still the same. I just fixed up little small like bumps here and there. I like my photos to still look like me. I don't want to look like, you know, a different person on Instagram and a different person in person. It's like, ooh, like we don't want that. Personally, like I like to be told that I look the same or that I look better in person. You know what I mean? So mostly for my outdoor photos, I don't really Facetune them because when they're outdoor, I'm kind of far away. I don't really need to Facetune too much, so I just kind of stick to VSCO. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload one of my Chateau Elan photos. It's this one with me wearing my hat. Okay, this is the photo not edited at all. It looks great by itself. It looks like a freaking painting, right? But I want to enhance it still. Here's L5, here is L6, and I believe I used L6. So here's L6 at its highest level. I'm gonna bring that down. This is obviously no filter, but I'm gonna bring this up to 3.0. Down here, I'm gonna do the sharpen tool, 1.5 always. Saturation, give myself a little melanin. Then we're gonna go to the grain, very photography kind of looking, like old photography, I guess. Bring that down to 1.5. Now we're gonna save it, and all I'm going to do is screenshot it, go to my photos. This is the before photo, this is after. Very enhanced, but very subtle at the same time. It just looks more awake. That's what I like. That's how I edit my outdoor photos for the most part. I really don't use Facetune as much because I don't really need to, because it's really all about finding the good angle and that good lighting, and the sun itself is the best lighting. So that's how I edit my photography photos and my outdoor photos. So we're just gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you all enjoyed today's video and found it very helpful, found some tips that you can use to make your photos look more professional. I love editing my photos like this. I've been doing them for years. I've gotten better each time, I feel like, because back in the day my photos were a little too filtered, a little too like smooth, a little too edited. So I've definitely learned how to not look too filtered, but also to still look enhanced. I always get compliments on my photos, and I'm really glad that I was able to share my tips. I always get questions about it, so I really hope you all found this video helpful. And if you did, don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below if you love videos just like this. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.